game, but we had a lot of people who were really rooting for us at the network and the studio, and the fans have been a really huge plus. Couldn't have done it without you guys. That's the key. You know, you really put us over the top, so thank you very much.
Quit the CIA. How is this going to work?
That's a very open-ended question. How is the show going to work, or how is Team Bartowski going to work?
A little bit of both.
Well, I think what's really fueling this season, as we saw, is everybody excited about who's playing Mom, by the way?
Yeah!
Make sure. That's really going to be a huge part of the season, the search for Mom, and that's obviously a story that lands in Chuck's spy world and in his personal world, and how he's going to navigate that is really going to drive so much of season 4. But I can tell you this. Are you pouring water into the microphone? No, so you're trying to make the entire ballroom pee? What's going on? I think, I can tell you this, Chuck and Morgan are going to be a pretty bad, but good, but bad spy team. I'm on a horse.
So, who's Isaiah yourself play?
Well, we're going to have this thing, it kind of gets into a larger question of, you know, the buy more and what happens. But let's just say the buy more has now been taken over by the CIA. Let's just say that happened.
Owned and operated.
Owned and operated by the CIA. So now they have the most incredible buy more employees you've ever seen. And, every week, you know, in the first episode, we will meet Olivia Munn's character named Greta, who is this amazing CIA operative slash buy more executive.
I think he's in pretty good control of Chuck Fu, I think. I mean, he can get a little rusty. It's kind of burgeoning era that is Chuck Bartowski.
And what is the role that the governor plays, and what is the role that the proto-intersect that we saw in the finale plays?
These are such Fedak questions.
They're not exciting.
I think the people want to know.
The governor is still a part of the show. You know, we want to do kind of big, exciting stories, but you know, the notion is that when Dad kind of introduced Chuck to his spy lair, his bat cave, that you know there was technology down there that would allow Chuck to build his own governors and more governors. But right now, it's like, you know, going into season 4, it's really about the search for Mom. It's really about, you know, looking for her and what that means to Chuck in his life, with, you know, his relationship with Sarah and his relationship, you know, with the buy more. So that's a big part of this season of the show.
So, for Zach and Yvonne, how has your working relationship changed, if any, since Chuck and Sarah's relationship has changed?
If I've learned anything from season 3, it's not to get in the middle of you two. I don't know. I don't think it. I think it's always been the same. I mean, even though we're together now, or we can be honest about being together, and we're a couple officially, I suppose. You know, the love's always been there. You know, that first night when I saw you, or day rather, because I was at the store. But the first time we went out on that date, we were at the Mexican restaurant, and I was gazing into your eyes. And I was such a nerd. And you dispatching all those gentlemen with your, you know, crafty knife skills. I mean, it was, and here we are now. I don't know if it's changed that much, has it?
Nah.
I'll translate that for you. It grows and evolves, and I don't know. I mean, are you guys happy with it? That's all we care.
Well, I mean, Yvonne, Sarah got to smile a lot more in the last.
Is it? Okay, yeah. I was very excited to be sort of finally part of some of the happy stuff and some of the comic moments of the show. Yeah, I loved it. And there's probably going to be more of that this season, I hope. Please.
There's no comment.
But Chuck and Sarah are a couple this year. You know, we've learned about putting people in between Chuck and Sarah. We think,
The chemistry that was undeniable on camera.
I think I was like gasping for my life.
Can I hold you, puppy?
Are you asking the questions now, Baldwin? Have you taken charge actually.
I'm really looking forward to this guy because it's a trick for the cinematographer to set it up so. There's a noticeable thing that my puppy. And, you know, the phrase, "Apple box, please," is heard a lot.
We love you guys so much and we appreciate you so much. And as crazy as it sounds, I absolutely believe that if we had 100 buckets and we passed them back, we'd come out with at least a couple of dollars and we'd all go and have a hamburger and hang out and